improvising, and later you can get the transcript of the exchange and decide what is good for your role play, for your machinima or not. When you are role playing, everybody is involved and everybody is responsible and everybody is allowed to drive the role play, because it's like playing ball. You get the ball and you have to hit, and that ball goes somewhere and then somebody else hit it and it can go the other way, in a different way. So everybody has to pay attention and to see what's going on. Since roleplay takes place on the chat area, we're always scrolling up and down to know what's happening and who's talking. So this is what we're going to be experiencing today. The most important part of role-playing is emoting. This morning we were talking about emoting, and we were saying that emoting can be done by movement, expressing feelings with body language and animations and gestures, and also on the page and the chat area. When we emote on the chat, it turns into a dialogue that is a descriptive story of the actions and interactions that role players are expressing. When you emote, you are describing your senses, your actions, and your feelings. To describe your senses, we have to move here. When you're describing your senses, let me get to the next slide. Okay, in this picture here, these are role players, and we are role playing at the hill, at the healing guild, and this is a vampire, and one of the role players had an accident and she was not feeling well, so we were there to help her, and that's how things go. You get a situation, and according to what's happening, you comfort the person that's feeling sick, or maybe the person is telling how that happened, and we ask questions on the facts of the accident. When you emote, you describe your senses, as I told you before, your actions and your feelings. To describe the senses, we use words like, we use a lot of verbs, and if we're talking about senses, of course, we're going to use the sensing verbs, like, for example, hear, smell, see, taste, touch, and explain how that happens. In the example that we have here, it says, this is how you write it down on the chat. If we copy that example on the chat area, it would look like this. So let me copy that on the chat area so you can see what it looked like. So it goes something like, okay, I'm getting chat lag. Oh, I didn't copy. I still copying the, oh my, I lost the example and copy the, this is crazy. Well, you have it in your cards, okay? So me takes the soup, jumping out of the table, dropping the spoon on the floor, screaming in pain. Ouch! It's hot. So this is how you tell the story in the chat. If you notice there is a slash then we write the word me, and then we use the verb to describe the action in third person. Okay? I'm going to write it down on the chat now so you can see how it looks. Yeah, they have to be together. She, slash and me, okay? No space between the slash and me. And that way you can emote your sentences. Okay, Heike is giving another example that is really good. Yeah, that's the way. So each one of you can try something. You know, you can describe your senses. You can describe what you hear, what you smell, what you see, what you taste. So try to write a sentence describing how you are perceiving what you're doing now. For example, you are sitting at the table. What are you looking at? What are you hearing? What are you smelling? You know, you are in a tavern, so... okay, Alfonso is recording if he's feeling well. That's good. She is impressed with lip thinking. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Now, to describe the actions need to be imagined, you know, they need to be seen by others. So you have to use more elaborate verbs to look at or take. So to give a real flavor of to your actions, you can use something like a stare, glance, examine, grab, hands over. So there are, it's a good idea that you prepare a list of these verbs. You know, I have a blog where I collect all these kind of help for role players, and I will give you the link. Write it down on the chat area. That is called Behavioral Roleplay in Second Life blogspot.com. There you will see examples of role playing and list of material. Oops, that was not right. Yeah, I give it to you later. Now, the other thing that we have to remember is that when you are expressing, you don't express feelings, you express a state of mind. And here we have an example, you know, me glances at the girl's face, reaching out her hand as a greeting gesture. So this is a situation where we explain something, we explain what we feel, what we sense, what we do, and that's the hint for the role player to follow. So I want you to look at that and think, how are you going to react to this? If this is my hint to you, you are the girl that I am reaching out to greet you, you know, how are you going to react to that? Are you going to nod and smile? Are you going to ignore my gesture? Or are you going to walk away? Okay, that's a good one, Barbara. That's the one expressing senses. Yeah, those are great. Okay, me glances at the girls. So now we're working on reactions, okay? So we're going to react to the hint. Okay. Okay. I think this is the other important thing that you're going to remember. So this is the basic, okay? When role-playing, you have to act and react and give hints to others, and people is free to react the way they think is okay. The other thing to remember is that when you are not role-playing, you are supposed to write down on the chat area using parentheses, double parentheses, and whatever is inside those parentheses is considered out of the role play. Okay? So those are the basic things to remember. So now, can we start role playing so before people start falling asleep? And so let's have fun now. Now I'm going to turn off my mic, and we're going to use the materials that we have in the folder. I want you to get the note card that says role play at the tavern. Okay? And here we describe what we're going to do right now. So the first thing that we have is the role play background, where we describe the situation. So I'm going to copy this in the chat area so the role players can read this. Let's see if I can copy now. Yeah. So get your cards and read what we're going to be doing now. So we're going to start. Okay. So right now I want you to read the instructions, read the card, and select a character. And start thinking of how you're going to role play this. Who's the I need okay, I'll be the cook. I needed someone to be the waiter, and I need a helper. And the villain is coming, is in his way. He's going to poison you all.